Come to Home Alone, which starts in this white house neighborhood I can never imagine growing up in. And this random policeman getting ignored by this entire family called the McAllisters, who are preparing for a trip to Paris. The mother is on the phone, and we meet this spoilt brat called Kevin, who happens to be the main character of this motion picture. Now let's play a game, guys. I want to see how many times this spoilt prick would have died within the first 20 minutes of this movie had this story been based in Nigeria or Africa as a whole.
Kevin, out of the room.
Hang up the phone and make me, why don't you? I was making ornaments at a fish hook.
My new fish hooks?
So Kevin's relatives keep insulting him when he asks for help, like packing his suitcase and all of that. And I would feel sorry for him normally if he wasn't such a sport brat.
This house is so full of people, it makes me sick. When I grow up and get married, I'm living alone. I'm living alone! I'm living alone!
We got to the two down bad members of the family fantasizing about women that they will never pull, as this guy scares Kevin by spreading false rumors about this poor old man killing his whole family but never getting arrested, because that's supposed to make sense. But anyhow, now Kevin is afraid of the guy. This acoustic pizza delivery driver comes and pulls up with pizza as the cop asks about the family's safety, because there is an increase in the burglary rates in the area. So Mr. McAllister goes and tells him everything about the house's security, which he has no business knowing, mind you. But anyway, the family goes to eat the pizza, and then Kevin's brother eats all of Kevin's pizza, which is plain cheese. Yeah, privileged white kids actually have the luxury of, having actual preferences. So yeah. But anyhow, Kevin gets mad and pushes his brother. Then some drinks spill, and then everybody just starts insulting this kid like,
"Look what you did, you little jerk!"
Kevin, you're such a disease.
Hey, chew. Like all he did was spill milk. Anyhow.
Kevin, get upstairs right now.
Why?
Say goodnight, Kevin.
Good night, Kevin.
On their way upstairs, the mom also tells the cop that the family will be traveling tomorrow. Some more unnecessary information that he doesn't really need to know. But okay.
Get upstairs.
I am upstairs, dummy.
There, I don't want to see you again for the rest of the night.
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life. I hope I never see any jerks again.
So Kevin goes to bed, and then wind blows, and this truck breaks and destroys this line, which causes the alarms to go off late. And then since they were supposed to travel and they have like 45 minutes to catch the train, everybody's in a rush, and somehow they mistake Kevin for this random ass kid from across the street. Now here's a suggestion. Next time you're counting people, how about you call their actual names, or tell everybody to face you, But anyhow, they just catch the flight, and wow, this is what first class looks like. One day, bro. One day we'll get there. Anyhow, the last born has been forgotten, and if it was a middle child, maybe it would have been more believable. But this is a movie. I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, but I'm gonna lie. If y'all white people just be forgetting like entire children. Damn, thank God I'm black, man. So Kevin wakes up confused as hell, and then he realizes that he's home alone. So he summons his inner autism and goes through his brother's OnlyFans, watching adult content, and somehow his mom telepathically remembers that she has forgotten her entire last born.
Makes you feel any better? I forgot my reading classes.
It's an evil world we live in.
Wallahi, if I was the parent, I would have actually just thrown that guy out of the plane. I call back to the US of A, where, as it turns out, the policeman from earlier is actually one of two thieves, where they scout the neighborhood to find houses to steal from. I know because everybody in this neighborhood is, brain dead, or they have all told him about their holiday plans, so they know exactly which houses are empty and where to start stealing. Now they intend to start from Kevin's house. However, Kevin is scared and turns on all the lights, so they think that the family is still around, and they dip. And then we cut back to, his chronically ignorant family who call the police, and they speak to this guy called
Sergeant Balzac.
Wait, nah. Play that clip again.
Sergeant Balzac.
Guy, what the guy, go and change that name. Just go and change your name, guy. What the guy? I was actually hell guy. Anyhow, they send the policeman over to check on Kevin, but he's kind of like a pussy, so he hides and the guy leaves. Got back to his family, who do not give no shishi about this boy. They all go on holiday apart from his mom. Then we come back to Kevin, who breaks stuff, steals his brother's life savings, and frees his spider. He also goes to buy a toothbrush. Then the thieves are thieving from this house, and then they intercept a call from Mr. McAllister confirming that him and his family are actually away in Paris. So they decide to go at night to rob the house. Kevin goes to buy a toothbrush, and then he sees the creepy old man from earlier that he's scared of, and he uses that as an excuse to be an ole. Ole, you are a thief. You're a thief, young man. A thief, what is that? That is stealing. Anyhow, shall we then get this cartoony ass, chasing and.
I run that pebble, jump in sheet. You hear this?
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Anyhow, he escapes. He goes back home, and then he bumps into these thieves who almost kill him. But then he realizes that this guy is actually the policeman from earlier. But they get sauce and decide to follow him. However, he leads them to church and escapes. And then that night when the thieves come to steal, Kevin has put together a whole ass puppet show just to deter these guys. So they go, and then they call back to Kevin's family.
For 3 reasons. A, I'm not that lucky. 2, we have smoke detectors. And D,
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
So Kevin is still home alone, and he's getting lonely now, so he apologizes to his family, and then he goes out to buy some groceries. However, they give him fake nylon bags. Yeah, I've been there, bro. I've been there. The thieves go to check out the house, and they realize that Kevin has just been messing with them this entire time. So they proceed to talk about their entire plan right in the open view of this mirror, where Kevin overhears them and now knows what to expect. Then he visits Santa Claus and sees, whoa, these elves are looking fit. I ain't gonna lie. Mrs. Claus, be careful, oh. These elves, they are growing. They are growing. Santa's little helpers. They are not so little anymore. Santa the smoky boy. I never know Sapa don't reach North Pole. Oh boy, are you serious? Anyhow, Kevin goes to church, and then the old man from earlier sits next to him. And then he just realizes that this guy is just a nice guy. So after giving him familiar advice, Kevin leaves to go and prepare booby traps for the arrival of the robbers. Best part of the movie. They first go through the back as this guy sustains testicular damage. And this dumbass puts his head inside the hole as if that was going to do anything, proceeds to get clapped too. But yeah, let's play another game. We're going to count how many times these two morons would have died if this had actually taken place in real life. This guy falls on his spine while the other guy falls down the stairs and enters the house, where he meets an iron. Yes, a whole ass pressing iron to the face. It wasn't even concussed. Like, I ain't gonna lie, you're just wasting your potential being a thief. You ought to be in the UFC or a pro boxer with a skull as thick as yours. But anyhow, the other guy goes to the door and then burns his hand on the door while this guy steps on a nail. I ain't gonna lie, this is so long, so I'm just gonna compound it. They proceed to get touched, get covered in feathers, step on broken glass barefoot. Yeah, I know your feet are cooked, finished. And I'll get hit in the face with paint cans, aggro a venomous spider. Ooh. Then they fall down 20 feet in the air, before they finally use their brains and catch this kid. Then they proceed to get hit over the head with a shovel, and then finally get arrested. Kevin cleans the house, and then his mom comes back the next morning with the rest of his family. And then this random kid does in 2 days what thousands of black fathers around the world cannot do their whole lives.
I got your milk.
This one was suggested by Jade T3A123. It could be Jade, but